Lilo and Stitch. Show and tell. Please, pleaded Lilo. No way, Lilo, Nani replied. He'll be good, I promise, Lilo said. Oh, all right, Nani said crossly. Lilo had been pestering her big sister all morning, begging Nani to let her take their pet, Stitch, to dance class for show and tell. Nani was worried it could cause a lot of trouble. The girls her age were not kind to Lilo, who had a lot of trouble fitting in. As a result, Lilo tended to lash out at them and get herself into trouble. And the problem was, her strange pet, Stitch, was just like her. Nani was convinced that the awful-looking creature they picked up at the pound wasn't even a real dog. Just like Lilo, Stitch didn't seem to fit in very well either. The other dogs at the pound had certainly shunned him. When they arrived at dance class, Nani gave her little sister a quick hug. You behave yourselves, she said. You'll behave yourself, Lilo said to Stitch. I know you will. Some of the girls sniggered as Lilo and Stitch walked in and sat down. All right, said the dance teacher. What have you brought today, Lilo? Lilo stood up. This is my dog. His name is Stitch. I got him at the pound. He sure is ugly, said Myrtle. Now, Myrtle, be nice, the teacher said. Can he fetch? Myrtle asked. She threw a water balloon that she had brought for show and tell right at Stitch. Stitch caught the balloon neatly, then threw it back at Myrtle. No! Yelled Lilo, and threw herself in front of Myrtle, accidentally knocking the other girl over. The water balloon hit Lilo and broke, sending water flying everywhere. Oh, Lilo, said the teacher. I think it's time for your pet to go home. Lilo picked up Stitch and ran outside. Lilo sat down at the curb. Stitch sat down too. You got us in trouble today, Lilo said to him. Why did you hit Myrtle with that water balloon? Stitch growled. Oh, that's right, said Lilo. You don't do fetch. How could I have forgotten? She looked thoughtful. How about we play catch instead? That's almost the same thing as fetch, but there's an important difference. Fetch is something you play with a pet, and catch is something you play with a friend. I think you're more my friend than my pet, Stitch. Stitch nodded eagerly and held up a ball. Lilo smiled, and the two friends spent a lovely afternoon together playing catch.